We are back here. Going to wrap up the Bako Motorsports Power Hour here. We've got stuff going on at Bakersfield Speedway coming up this weekend, and they had a great event last weekend, and we'll talk about that here in a moment. But first off, coming up this weekend, man, I'll tell you what, this will be a show that you're going to want to see. USAC Midgets will be racing this Saturday, and there's nothing better than the USAC Midgets. They're incredible. Sport Mods, American Stocks, California Lightning Sprints, the Race Saver Sprints, and oh, by the way, it happens to be Cuz Night, KUZZ, the sponsors on that night. And then next weekend on March 28th, you have Modifieds, Sport Mods, Hobby Stocks, Mini Stocks, and the NMRA Midgets will be racing there. But 2 great weekends of racing. And they come to this weekend here, I should say March 21st. I apologize on that. But $16 general admission for Bakersfield Speedway, $14 for seniors, $14 for military, $6 for kids 6 to 12, kids 5 and under free. Camping and parking are free as usual, and you want to get out there and see those USAC Midgets and Sport Mods. Those are great classes, and the California Lightning Sprints, American Stocks, and the Race Saver Sprints. Check out BakersfieldSpeedway.com. Follow those guys on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And by the way, if you tweet Bako Speedway, more than likely you'll get a response back from those guys. They're pretty interactive. Scott Schweitzer, not able to be with us today, but he does a great job of interacting with the fans. And if you have a question or you want to share a photo of your event, go ahead right there and do that. Tomorrow, interestingly enough, we were talking about this earlier with Logan Mullen. Some of these sprint car legends that have been out there historically. JJ Yelly is one of those guys, and he's going to be over at Texas 28. That's right up here on 18th Street, right over here by the Californian, just above I Street here or just east of I Street here in downtown at the Texas 28. And it's a great little restaurant and a bar here in downtown. But JJ Yelly will be there. He drives the number 28 car in the Sprint Cup series, and a great guy. And in fact, I have to say this, I spent a lot of time, actually it shows an Xfinity car. I'll have to ask about that in a Camry. But I spent a lot of time early in my career typing up JJ Yelly's name because he raced so frequently at Paris Auto Speedway and was a well-known and well-regarded guy, and he's in those fast open-wheel cars that race on dirt. But JJ Yelly will be here in Bakersfield tomorrow, I believe, from 5 to 9 tomorrow afternoon and into the evening. So to go take a look at his car and meet JJ Yelly, and a great guy and a nice guy. Of course, Kevin Harvick will be here in town later today at 3 o'clock down at the Boys and Girls Club. And we look forward to seeing him and talking to him downtown. He'll be making a major announcement for the Kevin Harvick Foundation. Take a look at some of the results from the modifieds. I think we have some track action from the modified race there, Chris. Do we have that? No, I think it's modifieds is what we've got. No, we'll worry about that later. So let's go through these lists here with modifieds. The modifieds, Kyle Heckman with the win here. And there he is, probably going to be the Power Hours driver of the week for his outstanding performance. Heckman with the win over R.C. Whitwell. The fact that he beat Whitwell in itself, who couldn't really be here for the race last week in the late models because of an engine issue. But Whitwell's here, and Heckman beats him. A great field here. Brett Bennett finishing 3rd. Roger Holder finishing 4th. Brad Pounds finishing 5th. Robbie Sawyer 6th. Ethan Dotson 7th. Cody Laney finishing 8th, Danny Lauer finishing 9th, and John Piker finishing 10th. That is in the Mid-Cal Fabrication IMCA Modifieds. All right, moving on to Hobby Stocks, and this is a rough and tumble. You got to drive these cars. It is hard work to drive these guys. We talked about that last week when Kevin Collier had won the opening season. So here are the Hobby Stock races here. Early on, this is video from Mike Griffith, and you can see the track there at Bakersfield Speedway is still a little bit wet and making for some sort of unpredictable driving conditions. But you know what? As far as I'm concerned, that's what makes it interesting here when you get out there and you race in these places. So let's go ahead and take a look at those results and those pictures from Tom Mock. There is Mr. Swearingen with the victory, the main event winner there. And let's take a look at the rest of these. Here is the highlight or the results from the Hobby Stocks. Lloyd Wren Jr. finishing 2nd. Kevin Collier, the winner last week, finishing 3rd. Chris Settlemeyer finishing 4th. Robert Lawler finishing 5th. Mike Hill Jr. in 6th. Ralph Cook in 7th. Perry Alderman in 8th. Tyler Irwin in 9th, and Gene Glover in 10th. Moving on to the Pro Stocks, and Lee Jensen with the win there. And Pro Stocks, another exciting class. There's Lee with his group, with his crew. And Lee Jensen was your winner in the Western Pro Stocks over Mike Johnson. Tim Randolph finishing 3rd. Matt Mayo in 4th. Rob Gilbertson in 5th. Aaron Cervantes finishing 6th. Chris Copley in 7th. Troy Lambert in 8th. Clay Daly finishing 9th. And Tim Booley finishing 10th. All right, moving on now to the IMCA stock cars. Your winner was Joe Humphrey with Ron Hurt finishing 2nd. Troy Patty, or Pate, I think, finishing 3rd. Rich Sylvester finishing 4th. Pat Big in 5th. Ryan Rice in 6th. And Lauren D. Armand in 7th. And the Diamond IT Mod Lights, this is the class to watch, and certainly a good group here. Lots of fathers and their children. There's actually some families in here. So, in fact, I think I hope I get this right, but Zach Forrester, he was your winner, beating Jeff Fry. Anthony Balcazar in his first race in the Mod Lights, moving into 3rd. Tim Varney, Jeff Thompson, Carson Sylvester, Kylie Forrester, who's just 9 years old. That's the daughter of the winner, Zach Forrester. Candy Varney, so you have a husband and a wife racing there. Jerry Flippo, who's probably the tallest person racing that class. I think Jerry's now 6'3" or 6'4". Zach's a pretty good sized guy too, but he finishes 9th, and Matthew Mayo finishing 10th. So what a group there, an amazing group. J.D. Brown was your winner in the senior mini dwarfs over Jacob Carey. Troy Morris finishes 3rd. Cheyenne Flippo finishing 4th. Kiersey Young in 5th. Caden Cochran in 6th. Carson McKinley in 7th. Sonny Simpkins finishing 8th. Madison Myers in 9th. And Braylon, I just have Braylon in 10th. And your Go Live Stream Junior Mini Dwarf winner was Mason Ratcliffe. He's your winner. Cade Lewis finishing 2nd. Cole Forrester finishing 3rd. Trenton Rickle finishing 4th. Ethan Johnson in 5th. Mallory Myers finishing 6th. Jonathan Butler finishing 7th. In 8th place, Trenton Urto. Braden Bell in 9th, and Jaden Butler in 10th. That flies out the top 10 finishers here for Bakersfield Speedway. And again, looking at what's coming up for Bakersfield Speedway, got a lot going on. And again, so this weekend coming up, the USAC Midgets, the Sport Mods, American, Cal Lightning Sprints, Race Saver Sprints, and the KUZZ Night. And those tickets, again, are $16 general admission, $14 for seniors, $14 for military with ID, $6 for kids 6 to 12, and kids 5 and under are free. Camping and parking are free as well. Get out there, have a deep fried burrito, have a beer, and enjoy that. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back with the wrap-up things here on the Bako Motorsports Power Hour. We will name our driver of the week coming up next here on the Power Hour on Bakersfield.com.